Okay. So this is going to be a completely different topic from whatever we have seen in Unit 1. So this is going to be the different architectures we are going to see. What we are going to use it for transceiver. Transceiver means it is transmitter plus receiver. So the device is going to do the dual job of sending as well as receiving signals, and all are going to be working at high frequency. So we are going to see what are the different transceiver architectures available. Transceiver, as I told you, it is transmitter for receiver, but we will be seeing separately what are the transmitter architectures available, what are the issues faced in that, and how they are overcome, and then what are the receiver architectures available and the issues faced by that. So that if we complete the analysis of these two architectures, Unit 1 will be completed. Okay, so that is so these two topics will aim at the different transceiver architectures which are going to be studied for RF applications. So, a lot of factors will play when you think of an architecture. So, one is complexity, whether the circuit is easy to develop or not. One is cost, power dissipation, very, very important because the circuit should have facility to dissipate power into the environment faster. Otherwise, the device will blow away, right? And how many external components you are going to connect. So you should minimize the number of external components which you are going to connect. The complexity should be less, cost should be minimum, power dissipation should be minimum, and number of external components what you are going to use should also be minimum. So in the past 10 years, lot of improvement have taken in technology which takes care of all these aspects. And circuit design and architecture design are merged into two, are actually related. Architecture is just the blocks. Circuit diagram is converting the blocks into components. So these two are linked in nowadays because close relationship exists between the two. So if any change in architecture is there, the corresponding change you will have in the circuit also. Okay, so these two are closely viewed nowadays. And as when you are going to operate the device in wireless environment, you might have prepared the circuit considering X and Y issues, but a new issue called Z will pop up in the wireless environment because the wireless environment is completely hostile, which means that you cannot predict how the environment is going to behave at a given point of time. There is no fixed equation which will say that this is how my channel is going to behave. So it is completely hostile, or I can say it is completely um, probabilistic that I can only estimate channel and I cannot predict my channel performance accurately. So that is where these architectures are going to fail. So what is the general consideration we have when we are going to design these architectures? One is how much channel I'm going to allocate per user. So that is very, very important. Any user, when he is connected to a network, he demands bandwidth. That is the reason why he has come to a company Airtel or Geo, right? So he wants bandwidth to access internet. So how much amount of bandwidth they are going to give per user? That is very, very important. And you know that bandwidth means it is going to relate to data transfer. So how many kilobits per second or how many megabits per second I'm going to transfer with using the channel bandwidth allocated to me. So when such that comes into picture, you need to use coding, you need to use compression, you need to use bandwidth efficient modulation. So all these circuit will come into picture. So when you are going to use specific frequency related RF applications, the bandwidth will naturally become narrow. When you are going to use the Wi-Fi works only at 2.45. So at 2.45, I have a peak. I have peak data transfer. I have a peak value of signal at 2.45. Bandwidth is very small. When bandwidth is very small, the data transfer is also going to be very small. So that is going to be the so narrow bandwidth of the device is going to impact the design of the transceiver. That is the one drawback you have in the